Hello class, I'd like to give you a tutorial on FTP, File Transfer Protocol, that is transferring your website to a server online so that you can see your site from any computer in the world. So it's an important tutorial. It's not especially difficult, but sometimes the details can get mixed up, or the specifics like the URLs, the passwords, some of the settings, and it can cause you a lot of problems. So you'll get frustrated sometimes with this particular task, but on the whole it's pretty easy. So I'll show you step by step how you transfer to your Bluegrass Locker space, and then I'll talk a little more about hosting companies and domain names. Quick review of what we've covered so far in tutorial videos. This is the site, so you want to get used to doing a file preview in browser. So I'll go preview in browser. I'll just do Chrome for right now because that's what I got all my sites open in. And we looked at creating a home page with a simple usable design, changing background color, fonts, and font colors and sizes with simple CSS. We've talked about the difference between class CSS and tags. We haven't done much with IDs yet, and we'll do that next. Talked a little bit about photos, but not too much. We'll talk more about that also really soon. Outside links, creating your own linked pages. Simple design with the home page, making the site function easily, correctly. So that's really all we've covered so far. Well, that's kind of a lot, and then you've got a major project to work on. Let's go ahead and add to that transferring your site. So if you would like to transfer your sites and turn in the URLs, that would be fine, instead of zipping and attaching the whole site. I'm not going to require you to use the FTP for a few weeks because it usually takes people a while to get it working. I may have to help you some, but you don't have to do it right now. But over the next couple weeks, the second or third project, I'll have you transfer your site online to your Locker space, and then the site will be live for the whole world to see, like this beautiful site. Okay, so let's talk about the free hosting space that you have. By this point in time, you probably understand how the internet works, how you've got these servers where your sites are going to be hosted. You can run your own server, or you could actually rent some space on a server. That's what most people do. That's what I do. Rent from a company for a couple dollars a month and buy your own domain name. So you may want to do that. I'll talk about that in a minute, but you've got some free space that KCTCS offers you. So here's the website to it. You can go to the home page and look for it, or you can zoom in on this URL and probably find it. But you probably already are aware that you have a digital locker and a personal web space. Now I'm going to show you how to log into it, but if you do have any problems with it, you may want to go to this site because it gives you some tips on it. For example, they are running this secure FTP now, this SFTP. That affects some of your settings. This also tells you what your URL is going to be. Okay, so it's going to be the district.bluegrass.kctcs.edu / your first or your user name. So like mine is ahunt0017, and I actually have an alias set up for my first last name, but yours will be your username. You're just your KCTCS username. So it's not a bad URL, especially just to display some of your work, and for this class it's perfect. So let's log into this first, and then I'll talk about some other options for you if you want to look a little more professional with your sites. So I'll hide Chrome for right now, and let's say I want to transfer the site online for everybody to see. Well, what I can do is I can go up to my site and manage sites. Okay, and then I've got a lot of sites here. Let me pick the one that I'm working on, and I'll just double click on it. Okay, and this gets this set up right here. Alright, let me show you that one more time. Site at the top, manage sites. Double click on the site that you want to transfer. Alright, now check out here, you've got a servers. So you want to highlight servers, click the plus button, and this is where you're going to want to type in your server information. So here's what it is going to be for Bluegrass. You can try this on your own. I'm really going to cross my fingers that it works for you. If not, I'll help you try to get it figured out. We may have to refer you to the ITS for your account. Sometimes the accounts just don't work. so they have to reset them or delete some files and get them fixed for you, but it'll probably work for you. So the server name, I'd probably call it BCTC. Connect using, very important, you have to select SFTP. Okay, SFTP address, district.bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Username, leave the port at 22. Username ahunt0017 for me. Yours would be whatever you've been logging in with this whole time. And then password, type in your password. You're not going to fool me. I'm not going to tell mine out loud. I got to remember mine first. Okay. Root directory, www. If you forget that, that's okay, but you want to look for the www folder. Directories are folders, obviously, but type in www and then click test. I think you type in www if you're a student. I know you do if you're a faculty member. You probably do if you're a student. And then I did test on mine. You want to test it. If it takes a while, it's not gonna work. This should work almost immediately. Take 5-10 seconds maybe, but that'd be about it. So mine says it connected successfully. Click OK. Click Save, and then click Save again. All right. If you get this message, that's okay. It's creating this cache here. Not gonna matter. And then click Done. All right. We set up our server in Dreamweaver. You may need to watch that again. When you're ready, I've got a button for you to click over here on the right. See where my mouse is circling? Right there. It's expand to show local and remote sites. Okay, hit that button. If you don't have that button, make sure your files are open right here. You can also get to it under Window, Files if you don't see that. Okay, click that button to expand. Alright, you're going to get this pop out right here. It looks like an FTP program. If you've seen, most of you have probably seen an FTP program before, especially if you had a simple HTML class. If you haven't, you may be a little bit behind. You might need to work a little bit more. This stuff is not really difficult, the FTP stuff. But if you're new to it, take some time, research it, watch my movies, and get it working, because you should already know a little bit about this. Maybe you should have even tried it before, but if you haven't tried it in Dreamweaver, it's really nice. It's a nice simple FTP program. So right here you can see it's split. FTP programs are split into two sections, usually left and right, sometimes top and bottom. One side is your local machine, that is your computer that you're sitting at. The other side is the server, the remote. They call it the remote machine. That's usually located somewhere else, although it could be in the same room as you. Could be half a world away. It doesn't matter, it's just somewhere else. Now look for this button right here where my mouse is, right at the top. Connect to remote server. It looks like a plug, like you'd plug an extension cord in. So press it, wait for a second. Okay, that should happen almost instantly. 5-10 seconds. If it doesn't happen quickly, then something's wrong. Okay, this logged into my www folder. You want to look at this address right here, right where I'm circling with my mouse, the home /ahunt0017/www. Yours should look like that. If it doesn't, you may need to click on www, or if not, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it, or you'd have to talk me through what you're seeing. But that is your district locker. This is your website. Now, if you transfer an index.html to that main folder, that's what's going to show up when you type in your address. I don't have anything on mine right now. So what you want to do is kind of go back and forth between here and your browser. So if you check this out, let me go over here to Chrome, and here's my locker. Wait, it's gone now. Okay, I guess I'll have to type it in again. Let me just type it in here. District. Okay, here it is. Alright, mine says under construction. Yours will probably say not found, file not found, or forbidden, or something like that if you don't have anything. Now mine says Andrew.Hunt because it has an alias on it that they do for faculty. Yours will say first initial, last name, and then your number, your student, so your username. So district.bluegrass.kctcs.edu/your username. Okay, now mine is under construction, so let's say I want to transfer a file there just to see that it's working. So I'll go back to Dreamweaver, and let me transfer my Corvette index. Now all you do from this point on, it's really easy. You drag and drop. So I'll drag and drop. Now I like to drag right where I want the file to be. You know, you can drag over here, but I like to drag right to the folder. And I'll drop it there. You may find you may get some errors here, or they're not errors, they're alerts. Synchronization information, don't worry about that. You know, putting the file may overwrite changes to the file. That's fine. You know, it just means that the server is not synchronizing with Dreamweaver, so don't worry about that. Just click yes to that one. You may also get a dependent files type of message, and you can click yes if you put dependent files. Let me come back to Chrome, and I'm going to refresh. Okay, so I'll just hit that button, refresh. Alright, now you'll see one thing here. It transferred my site, my HTML, but it didn't transfer the image. I need to transfer that image manually, so that would work fine. Let me go back and transfer that.